There is no longer any laughter in the Johnston home. The dinner table, which used to be bustling, now seems to be a battlefield of quiet. Trent and Amber hardly look at one another as they sit at opposite ends. The children look at one another, aware of the increasing separation between their parents. The only sound in the tight room is the clinking of forks on plates. Later that evening, Amber becomes irate and begins folding clothes violently in the laundry room. Anna hovers close by, seeing her mother's battle to control her emotions. "Mom, what's going on with you and Dad?" At last, Anna breaks the silence to inquire. Amber throws a blouse into the basket with a quick exhale. "Anna, I have no idea. He doesn't pay attention. I feel as though I'm speaking to a wall." Hey everyone, hope you are well. Please do subscribe, give this video thumbs up. Let's dive into the latest heartbreaking news. He simply decides without consulting me. Anna pauses before answering. "Have you actually told him that?" Amber chuckles bitterly. "At all times. Additionally, he never hears me." Trent, meantime, leans against his workstation in the garage, his shoulders heaving with tension. Sitting close by, Jonah and Alex keep a tight eye on their father. Trent finally acknowledges, "Your mom and we're going through something," as he rubs his brow. "I don't know how to fix it." Jonah's arms are crossed. "Maybe she just needs space." Alex gives a shrug. "Or a trip. A respite from the strain." Trent sighs as he glances at his sons. "Space? A trip? All I want is for my wife to speak to me as she once did." As the days go by, the strain simply gets worse. The dam eventually bursts one night. Trent enters the kitchen as Amber is putting away the dishes. His words, "We need to talk," are forceful. Amber doesn't raise her head. "What now, Trent?" "This isn't working," he adds, his voice tinged with frustration. "You barely speak to me. And when you do, it's just to tell me what I'm doing wrong." A cupboard is slammed shut by Amber. "Perhaps because you don't pay attention. You act as though I don't even matter when you make decisions about the kids and the money without consulting me." Trent laughs. "Amber, I put in a ton of effort for this family. I care, even when you behave as though I don't. Each and every day. Then why do I feel so alone, Trent?" Her voice breaks as she fires back. "Why does it feel like we're just roommates who tolerate each other?" Silence descends on the home. The children are motionless in the next room listening. Emma gets tears in her eyes. She murmurs, "Are Mom and Dad getting divorced?" Without responding, Elizabeth puts a hand on her shoulder. They don't all know. Trent leaves the following morning. There is nothing on his side of the bed. There's a hurriedly packed backpack near the door. He's spending some time with a pal. Amber's chest is taut as she looks at the empty spot where he once stood. She was aware of the dire situation. However, she never imagined things would get to this point. The children are quietly seated at the breakfast table downstairs. Their food is not touched. At last Jonah speaks. "So is Dad coming back?" Amber makes an effort to grin, but it falls short of her eyes. "I don't know." Weeks pass by. Without Trent, the house doesn't feel whole. Amber balances her job, the children, and the uncertainties. She wonders if she should file for divorce while lying awake at night and gazing at the ceiling. She sits across from a counselor in a therapist's office and expresses ideas she has never spoken aloud. The therapist asks, "Do you still love Trent?" Amber takes a deep breath. "I do. However, love isn't always sufficient, is it?" Trent, on the other side of town, is sitting on his friend's couch and looking at his phone. He wishes to give Amber a call, to return home. However, he is unsure if she still wants him there. Beside him sits his pal. "Trent, if you want to fix this, stop trying to win the argument and start fighting for your marriage." Trent inhales deeply. Time to head home. Amber hears the front door open while she is in the kitchen. Trent enters with a determined yet unsure expression. The children wait at the edge of the room, rushing to see him. Trent's eyes meet Amber's. There is a great deal to say. So much harm. However, they must speak. They are seated at the same dining table, where they had grown apart due to a lot of unspoken words. Trent is the first to speak. "I don't want to lose you." Amber lets out a breath. "Neither do I. However, Trent, something needs to change." He gives a nod. "Then let's start today." The discussion is lengthy, intense, and unvarnished. It doesn't resolve every issue. It doesn't make the agony go away. However, it's just the start. The family gets together at the supper table once again that evening. There is hope for the first time in weeks, despite the delicate situation. 7 little Johnstons have come together in their distaste of Amber Johnston. Lately, many viewers have demanded Trent Johnston to divorce his abusive wife. What then are viewers saying in light of the most recent debate raging? Among 7 little Johnstons, Amber Johnston is clearly the most despised cast member in the whole family. Amber and Trent run their house with an iron grip, as is well known, although most viewers feel that Amber is mostly responsible for this. Amber routinely comes across as cold and calculated in her contacts with her kids, and even her own spouse. Although that can help in some life circumstances, most 7 little Johnstons think that Amber lacks that kind of grace entirely. A little more sensitivity is needed when interacting with loved ones. Trent Johnston handling his brain diagnosis in 7 Little Johnstons, Season 15 scenes, is one recent example. For Trent in TLC scenes, this has been a horrific period. Nonetheless, fans have slammed Amber up for constantly finding ways to make the problem about her. Furthermore, given her general attitude toward life, she can seem as tough and callous when someone like Trent requires additional help at this trying period. This is only one among several reasons why many viewers think Trent would be better off divorcing Amber and looking for a more encouraging mate. 7 Little Johnstons have referred to an even more ancient instance in scenes of Amber mistreating Trent. Amber says she is the most selfless person in this house, after calling her husband out and ripping him a fresh one. Not surprisingly, 7 Little Johnstons readers had lots to say about this, including several urging Trent Johnston to leave abusive Amber. One reader recently remarked, "If she believes that about herself, person in that house most out of tune is her." Another commenter said, "She truly does believe it about herself. That is the way narcissistic people view and behave. I would hope he would just dump her a asterisk asterisk," a third person interjected. "He can then locate a respectable woman to be with. Perhaps the new one would advise him to quit being gross. How selfless of her to micromanage her very adult children's life and treat her kids so differently. It's painful obvious who's the favorite," another user pointed out. Another person stacked on and added, "I hope he gets a standard-size lady." Amber would perish from her envy and resentment towards ordinary-size individuals. Pull a mat are free of the unpleasant affair or protracted divorce. About Amber and her treatment of Trent, what do you suppose? Tell us right down in the comments. 7th A Johnston family neighbor just told Little Johnstons that Anna is in an abusive relationship. About her new boyfriend, they have always been wary. Thus, after the supposedly hostile neighbor verified it, the uncertainty became reality. She frequently visited websites to hint about the red flags of her boyfriend. Fans couldn't really do anything even though Anna's social media posts have been sending negative emotions. They just assumed Trent and Amber disagreed with their daughter in her new relationship. Her parents insisted her date small people. She went against the whole family nonetheless, for her love. She thus feuded and left her family house mostly because of her boyfriend. What allegation did the neighbor make? Many Anna Johnston followers who follow her on social media are aware that she has kept quiet about her romantic life. She occasionally, however, kept spectators in the dark by using the misdirection game. She once insisted she and her lover were not together. She denounced him meantime for cheating on her. Anna recently uploaded a picture of herself with her lover, nevertheless, to give viewers impression she is seeing him. She seems to be changing her mind about her course of action with him all the time. She gave an unexpected update about Valentine's Day about him to indicate they are on good terms and might be staying close. Still, her romantic life is not at all enigmatic given everything. TLC viewers have not often mentioned Anna Johnston's relationship lately. Though the conversation veers off occasionally, it picks back up with fresh evidence. Based on the most recent allegations made by her family neighbor, fans of 7 Little Johnstons have good cause to voice their worries for her. Under a post including Liz, an Instagram user recently claimed to be the neighbor of the well-known Johnston family. Not long after the provocative remark went viral, it leaked the tea on what Anna was doing behind the camera. She was obviously suffering domestic violence at the hands of her new lover. Furthermore, the neighbor disclosed that Amber and Trent tried to assist their daughter Anna in leaving the relationship. She went back to him, sadly maybe for love. Many admirers responded to similar startling assertions under the neighbor's comment. As of now, there have just been rumors of the reality star being mistreated behind closed doors. But it just received a massive but surprising validation. Should the allegations be accurate, Anna's situation might be worse than what has been previously reported. Her boyfriend might finally be the one who drove her to conflict with her family. She loses contact with family members since some supporters believe he could be manipulating her. By all means, 7 Little Johnston's followers have expressed concern over Anna Johnston's new partner. And supposed neighbor of the Johnston family claims that the negative energy fans have been experiencing could be justified after all. What then did this allegedly close neighbor disclose regarding Anna Johnston's relationship circumstances lately? She has been hinting a new relationship for the last few months, for any 7 Little Johnstons who have not been following updates from Anna Johnston. She has, however, been mostly subtle about the whole issue, deliberately confusing supporters with a lot of dodging. Anna Johnston, on the one hand, said she and her spouse were apart, and even charged him with cheating on her. She has, however, kept sharing updates with him, including one about Valentine's Day, suggesting that everything between them was well. Anna Johnston and her new on-again, off-again romance have caused some worry among 7 Little Johnstons for some time now. Most viewers receive negative emotions from the whole event, and depending on recent allegations, there could be some reasonable grounds why fans have been experiencing this. Recently, someone claiming to be a Johnston family neighbor posted a provocative message online, maybe leaking the tea on what might be going on behind the scenes. As a Johnston neighbor/friend, I can verify that Anna is in a DV relationship. Amber and Trent helped Anna break away briefly. She went back, wrote this recent commenter. Many 7 Little Johnston's followers suspected for some time that Anna Johnston's entering into this relationship could be the actual cause of the family conflict involving the rest of her cousins. If this latest allegation is accurate, though, Anna's circumstances could be far more dire than first reported. One recent commenter responded, "Makes sense why she's separated herself from her family now. Usually driven by fear of losing them and underdeveloped control problems. Abusive people distance you from your family. Hopefully she will come to see that those who really love you do not hurt you or keep you away from your loved ones. If you are reading this, Anna, take your control back and totally remove this person from your life. Love should be a two-way road, rather than only an abusive one-way dead end." Still another individual interrupted to say, "Yeah, she never received proper treatment from her family, so she is not sure what any relationship should include." Though Anna might not want to be there, Trent and Amber would most likely have her return home. Inadequate child. Regarding Anna's circumstances, what do you believe of this latest allegation made by an allegedly Johnston family neighbor? Tell us in the space provided below. 7 Little Johnston's viewers have watched Trent Johnston handle health concerns in the Family TLC show's upcoming season 15 episodes. Some viewers believe they have discovered what is really wrong with Trent in situations, based on what some others believe. What then are viewers saying, and what do they believe to be truly wrong with him? Based on what 7 Little Johnston's viewers have seen in season 15 episodes, Trent Johnston's health has been a major focus of his plot thus far. He was checked out after what began as vertigo symptoms. After that, Trent found that his brain matched someone between 80 and 81 years old at 47 years old. Not unexpectedly, the fast pace his brain was shrinking was concerning news. When he told his kids at last, it was a sobering revelation that really hit hard. For many years, Trent has been a pillar of strength for his children. To witness him handling this was rather frightening for his family members. Given all Trent Johnston is currently suffering with health-wise in 7 Little Johnstons, some show enthusiasts believe they know the true nature of his problems. Although some people are playing armchair doctor from behind their computer screens, several fascinating ideas exist about what Trent actually suffers from. Let us know in the comments. And stay tuned by subscribe to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you. Bye guys.